Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 0 Hour 1.6 community patch with two absolute ballers as always.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have Tod.Extinction as the China tank down the bottom, absolutely nuts player, and up the top,
Rage as the Aqua GLA Vanilla. We are, of course, who are we, Blake? We are the GeneralsGentlemen. I'm Ernie's Machine.
And I am Mark on hold.
Fantastic. So this is in preparation for the 1.6 World Championship number 2. I will link that, so check that out if you're interested in competing for a Command & Conquer Generals 2 Alpha Key and $100 donated by us, the Generalsgentlemen. So we have Rage going for a fake barracks. What a baller, just to get out that tunnel as faster than he would had it not been a fake barracks, because it is the prerequisite for the tunnel, of course.
Indeed, you're right, and it looks like he'll be going for the side control on the oil as well down the bottom, so that's quite a good move. But yeah, quite like that terrorist.
Yeah, I think he's going for the terror car. Yeah. Whoopsie. Probably doesn't realize that 1.6 gets the movement speed nerf.
Yep.
Still, they're saying
it's about as fast as a terrorist, so I mean,
yeah.
maybe you can like sneak it in there.
Yeah, you could probably just like stop, move, and have it like hidden. They probably wouldn't even realize.
That'd be so cool. Yeah, imagine if we did that. I want to see him do that. It looks like that's pretty forward dozer as well. Gotta be careful there, Tod.Extinction. Quite brave.
I think he's maybe, I don't know what he's gonna do. He's maybe gonna try and clear some tunnels. He has no command center, so bidding that kind of aggressive with your dozer, maybe not the best choice there. Going for tunnels will make it destroyed or rather prevented by this Gatling tank though. So that's gonna be nice from Todd. You really want to prevent those garrisons. Look at that! Look at that, Rage!
Rage popping it into that garrison, absolutely fantastic tunnel placement, so it does have that garrison available to pop into. Todd not being quite fast enough to get that guard mode down.
But just think about it, like building the tunnel next to the garrison means
Genius.
you can do that. How do you build the tunnel over here? He couldn't, so very nice placement there for that. So the flame tank from Todd will clear that out. But meanwhile, looks like a pretty big army here from Tod.Extinction. He's actually going double factory, I believe.
Yeah, he has. I think he wanted that forward one. Looks like Rage is actually going to manage to sneak that terror car in, but buddy, there's mines there. You best be careful.
Still, I mean, 600 mines for a 200 terrorist. Not exactly worth it, but still, not going to lose those trucks. Always a nice move, so look at that. And looks as though Todd only went for a one spot opener. That's quite confusing.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I think he was going for that really forward war factory, but when he got scouted by the RPGs, he had to back off. So it looks like, yeah, now he's going to be moving in. That's really nice unit placement there. He's going to get that flame tank in.
Yeah, but this is a pretty huge army this early in the game here. 3 battle masters, Gats, flame tank. I mean, Rage doesn't really have a lot, does he? Because he's going for a pretty standard opening, and he's going to lose his workers and probably even supply to that flame tank.
Yeah, exactly, and he doesn't really have a lot to deal with those Bet 2 Battle Masters as well. They're pretty dangerous. I mean, Marauders are great, but you have to wait until they get a bit of scrap going as well first, and you have to get a few of them. So.
That's one thing I want to mention is a lot of people in 1.6, some new players in 1.4 have been complaining that China OP, China tank, China nuke OP, oh, I can't kill them where? And then it's like, guys, you got to mix in Marauders. You can't just spam quad RPGs and technicals and expect to beat, like, you know, a China, and they're like, no, but if you spam Marauder, no, you don't spam Marauders. you look at this unit. We got RPGs, a quad, and look at that unit mixing.
Marauders.
That is nice. That's unit
really
mixing.
Nice.
1 point. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially with Tod.Extinction's army moving up into the base of Rage. That's really nice.
1.6 is all about unit mixing, and that's exactly all he needs. Marauders are nice. And so RPGs for support, he can be pretty effective. So it looks as though Rage may just kind of lose his base. He does actually have the supply going up here, so it wouldn't be a big deal if he has to mass sell, because no tunnels really nearby. I don't think he can kind of retreat his army and defend his base.
Yeah, it's a bit hard as well. He's got to make sure he doesn't get those Gats caught out by the Marauders. Then his Battle Masters are very vulnerable to those RPGs.
Yeah, exactly. So it looks as though Flame Tank will take down most of his base here, but I don't think Todd can defend his own.
No, I don't think so. He's definitely losing that war factory there, and then, I mean, Rage can just switch bases back in. I mean, he managed to keep that dozer alive, which is quite important. So that dozer is moving in up the side now, so I'm pretty sure he still has the double dozer
left, look at this.
So he should be fine
So
there.
it looks as though we have a base swap here from both Todd and Rage going for the opponent's own supplies. So nice moves there. Still no forward supplies from either player here, but can be quite hard to secure that. So yeah, a lot of RPGs, Marauders, quads, even like terrorists as well being mixed in. So it's just very nice unit mixing here from Rage.
Well, it's pretty fantastic. Looks like that Gap may actually sneak in and grab a few workers as well, which is actually quite nice. But Rage being a baller and moving them away, he might actually, no, he loses one worker, and that Gat's almost down.
Yeah, I like how Todd's actually kind of moving it behind the supply, so it can't get taken out by the tunnel. It's preventing some mining that will get taken out. That's going to give Rage more scrap on his Marauders. Never a good thing to do is give Marauders scrap because they are deadly when they get scrapped.
Yeah, you do not want to do that. That's the problem. I mean, it wasn't a bad gat. I'm managing to deny the workers in there, but yeah, once those Marauders get the double scrap, they're just dangerous. Even against the Vet 2 Battle Masters, they are dangerous.
Exactly. They have the range and the damage, but they can't move they can't shoot while moving, and they're pretty slow. So I think Marauders are quite tunnel dependent. You really got to have tunnels nearby to kind of like tunnel pop. Because if you get caught out in the open, Marauders aren't as effective. So they're kind of more of a defensive unit, but still, we have seen Rage taking out the entire base of Tod basically with Marauders and some RPGs.
Horde bonus is down on these Battle Masters, so we'll have to see how this engagement
goes. Got to focus that flame tank. Yeah, that flame tank will be very crucial, and there it goes. More on the top now. These Battle Masters getting destroyed. Look how many RPGs there are.
Yeah, he lost the quads and the flame tank as well. He lost the quads to the GAT, of course, to the Marauders and the tunnel network, and lost that dragon tank before he could actually move in. So those RPGs just can have a free fun time of the Battle Masters, and the Battle Masters are so slow.
Yeah, you gotta definitely make sure the GATs for the flame tanks kind of behind your Battle Masters. You really don't want to lose them. Maybe even like a troop crawler would be a better idea, because those Marauders are going to decimate GATs or flame tanks.
Yeah, troop crawler would be really nice. Even if you can pretty much just suicide it into the RPGs, and then you pop all these red guard out right on top of the RPGs. But that's airfield coming out of Tod.Extinction. Nice little mix in there, but terrorist coming out as well from Rage, going to grab some supply trucks.
You may get all three of them. No, nice moves though. Rather, I was trying to say here from Tod, going to take down a terrorist. That's another option though. You don't really. You know, why get GATs?
Has he got another one moving in? No, it's a Marauder moving in here.
That's one thing, is yeah, obviously he's found that the GATs and the flame tanks just aren't working because of the Marauders. He goes for MiGs. Look at that. That's nice work, Tod. That's going to be an ideal unit against that many RPGs. So I quite like that, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic. Yeah, the RPGs aren't going to do any good at all. And I'm pretty sure Rage only had one or two of the quads. Like, at this point, he doesn't really have a lot of quads. So he's definitely going to force quads to be built. And it's going to give Tod.Extinction the time to kind of get his new base sorted. He's going to get the supplies down. Looks like he's going for the command center there as well. So that's what he needed. He needed to stop Rage from just pushing out and abusing, you know, the Marauders to just move in like that.
Yeah, I think Tod's looking pretty good. They're pretty even in terms of their base and whatnot, but Rage has no tunnels, like no tunnels at all. And for a GLA, that's a pretty big deal. Like, you really need to have tunnels on the map. And that's kind of puts you really behind if you don't have any tunnels, because out in the open, as we were saying, that, you know, the RPGs against MiGs, the Marauders, they can get caught out pretty hard.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to move another MiG in there.
Oh, let's split.
That's a nice split there. I think he did it before as well. It's just absolutely fantastic moving away.
You only lost one.
Yeah, the MiGs only actually get one RPG if you get the split down fast enough, and that's good. That garrison's actually really helping for Rage in the middle there, because he managed to scout out the MiG before it actually came in, so he could get those RPGs to evac. So
quite nice there, actually. So look, I think we might want to have to see a bunker here, because these Marauders can be pretty dangerous. But the thing is as well, look at that. Todd seeing the quad just turned around. That's very nice reactions. It actually goes good through. He might take down the quad with the 3 MiGs. And it looks like he will go for it. We're losing in MiGs though. No, he doesn't lose. Oh, lost one.
Lost one. Yeah, I think the RPGs ended up firing. What? Oh, yeah, it did, yeah, finally ticking off there the flame upgrade. But yeah, if you can get it fast enough, I mean, it's not too bad. You generally don't lose one unless there's RPGs nearby. So, yeah, I definitely think we need to see a bit of a change here somewhere.
But that many RPGs in the Marauders as well, I don't know, it can go either way depending on the micro.
Yeah, Todd's waiting for the MiGs to refuel and rearm so he can get those. He really wants those RPGs, but Rage is splitting them up quite well. So I think we definitely need to see some more quads and out from Rage to deal with those MiGs, or he needs to push into the airfield and take out the MiGs, so they only get one chance. It looks like he's gonna try and do that with Tod.Extinction down the bottom.
He's pushing out actually. It may not be a good idea here because the
loses the airfield.
Yeah, they're moving in. The thing is as well, you don't want to build too many quads against a tanker because obviously their veteran battle masters are very strong. But he's actually moving in with the Marauders, the quads, and the RPGs. Todd's actually going for a base race, so. Can he defend? Probably not. I mean, look at those Marauders. They're decimating them. They're nuts.
They have the best time. But it looks like, yeah, the MiGs are going to run in there, get a 3-man strike. So he's picking off these RPGs, which is nice, but he's going to lose his base.
I don't like this because base racing against a GLA, he can just pop in tunnels. I mean, there aren't really tunnels nearby, but still, like, by the time it takes him...
Oh, my God!
By the time it takes Todd to, like, go back, like,
Look at those Battle Masters. Look how fast they're moving. I don't like that move. I really don't, because he's just giving them free scrap as well on the Marauders. Every Battle Master that comes out is getting scrap on the Marauders, and they're almost full scrap now. That means even when his Battle Masters come back, if they come back, they won't be able to deal with them, because they cannot deal with Vet 2 ones. I mean, you really need the Horde bonus, and then you need a hell of a lot of luck and a lot of damage to take out the Marauders once they're double scrapped.
Yeah.
As well as the Vet.
I think, like, Raid is going to lose his base, but he can just rebuild the middle. He can rebuild here. I mean, like, GLA, they're so mobile with the tunnels, with the workers. It's hard to do that. Nice Lotus, though. It's going to cap the old Derek. That's going to be good, but I don't like that idea. I think, as we said, I think defending his base would have been a better idea. But maybe he was thinking, well, I can't defend this, but actually, a terrorist, look at that. There's only a flame tank nearby. May lose some tanks there, buddy. That's the thing. He noticed that. Wait, hang on. Tod has no Gats. So I can just kind of send terrorists. They probably won't kill anything in his micro roll, but it's going to slow him down by quite a fair bit.
And that's all he really needs to do at this point. I mean, Tod only has one dozer left, and only the one, I think he just built the command center. So yeah, I really don't know. And the power now, but he's just, look at the mobility on the Marauders and the and the quads. They're just going to move in to decimate the HQs. So. Yeah,
Marauders aren't exactly fast, but they're not exactly slow either. They're pretty average speed, whereas Battle Masters are just so freaking slow. It looks as though this game will go to Rage. Yeah, there's going to be an engage here. 5 against 2 Marauders and the quads. Who will go ahead? There goes one of them, but look, he's not microing this very well. These Battle Masters are getting decimated because of the range and the attack speed damage of that 3 Marauder. They're nuts!
That's so crazy.
And keep in mind, at 1.6, they think that they reduced the damage by 40% on the Vet 2, of the Scrap 2 rather. So Marauders, they've been like nerfed in their damage when they hit Scrap. But given the RPG like damage reduction against tanks, they're stronger in that sense. So, like, I think Marauders are definitely good. Yeah, definitely good.
Did someone say they were having trouble with China? So
yeah, trouble with
Marauders.
Marauders.
If they were, check this out, guys. Yeah, check this out.
But the thing is, you don't spam Marauders, because then you'll lose to Battle Masters, you'll lose to Helixes. Mix in RPGs, mix in quads, unit mixing. We can't stress enough how like unit mixing, positioning. Marauders are good. But so, as for this game, I think
pretty over.
Tod,
he's got that scaffold up the top. That's about it. No dozer.
They're probably just chatting. Yeah. I think Tod threw it pretty hard. Like, I reckon he could defend it.
He's got that Lotus there as well, but I mean, at best you can cap a couple of buildings. So
yeah, I definitely think if Tod defended his base, he might have been fine. Like, if he got some ECMs, because Marauders have like a crazy amount of damage, but the health isn't really that good. So you can shut them down pretty easily with ECMs compared to things like Overlords, which take freaking ages to shut down with a ECM. So the other thing as well is the new cannons are really good against Marauders, but of course you don't get them as trying to tank. So it can be a bit trickier, but I think it's a pretty cool matchup. Whereas in 1.4, you generally just see quad RPG technicals. That's all you really, and then like late game hits, obviously. So a pretty good game there from Rage and Tod. I quite liked the base change. Tod played it pretty well. I think made one bad call though. Going for like maybe the bunker licks as opposed to the MiGs would have been fine. He couldn't deal with the RPGs, but like if you just get ECM Gats, that's gonna be enough. He didn't have a prop center, but ECM Gats will definitely deal with that many RPGs. But I mean, just Gats without like ECMs. I mean, like if you know. Still, but the problem is like even with ECM Gats is if you don't position very well, you can get sniped by the Marauders pretty hard. So, yeah, what do you think?
So, well, yeah, I think a bunker licks might have been a pretty good idea. I mean, at that point, he didn't really, Rage didn't really have a lot of quads in the unit mix. So the main problem he had to deal with was the RPGs. So if he could move in, say, like a troop crawl or something like that, take out the RPGs, and then pretty much the bunker licks would have free round on the Marauders. I think that's the main thing. Whereas the problem with having the MiGs was you could just get the split and then it wouldn't really matter. You just had to split.
Which normally you can't, but if you're Rage and you're a freaking baller,
you can.
you can split.
Exactly. So he just gets the split and then the army gets decimated by the Marauders. I think he really needed something to deal with the Marauders, some air-based unit that they couldn't take out. So yeah, bunker licks would have been great, I think. But yeah, a bit hard to kind of decide when you've got that many RPGs and stuff. I mean, ordinarily against a regular player, getting MiGs against RPGs works, but you know, Rage.
Against Rage,
split. Okay, GG.
Yeah, but then again, if they're splitting like during an engagement, they just
Yeah.
get owned by a gap.
Makes it
Because splitting
difficult,
takes
yeah.
time and
Yeah.
they're not firing and stuff. But
I think he definitely could have won that if he, maybe a bit. I think I would have preferred him to defend the base, especially with this slow moving army. It's a bit hard to base race a GLA when they can just pretty much pop up anywhere.
Yeah, the other thing as well with bunker elixirs is that like even if he didn't really do a lot, if he just kind of like tried to harass some tunnels and the supplies, it means that rage is going to be like really defensive until he can kind of deal with that, which then it'll buy Tod time to get the prop center, to get the ECMs. So yeah, but anyway, so nice play though. One thing as well I want to mention that we kind of haven't before in regards to like Marauders versus Battle Masters is like, because the tank Battle Masters start off with Vet 2, it means that whenever you kill them with their Marauders or whatever it is, you get more like XP, more veterancy on your Marauders. So your Marauders like vet like really freaking fast because they're killing vetted Battle Masters. So your Marauders, not only do they scrap, but they also vet pretty easily because of the vetted Battle Masters, so they can get really scary.
Yeah, if you can win kind of the early game starting engagement, which is a bit difficult for the Marauders against like the more spammable like Vet 2 Battle Masters who are more powerful before the scrap, before the vet on the Marauders. Yeah, and they fire while moving as well. So if you can win some of those early engagements, pick up a few Battle Masters, get the scrap and get the veterancy, and then you start to steamroll down, as we saw there. Pretty sure he had like 3 like double scrapped Marauders with veterancy on them, and they're just completely crazy. I mean, I think we saw 2 of them demolish like 6 Battle Masters or something like that with some quad support and stuff like that, which is just crazy. So
because you think about it, Marauders, they're faster than Battle Masters. They have more range when they get scrapped. And if they're vetted, they have like regenerating health, so they freaking dominate, like they own. But then it does leave you pretty open to helixes and whatnot. So anyway, I guess this video it was kind of like half. We wanted to kind of show you that, well, no, China isn't OP in 1.6. You just have to kind of play a little bit differently to the 1.4 style of just spamming tech RPGs and quads basically. So yeah. Good game.
Unit mix.
Unit mixing, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I think Scorpions aren't good against China. They're more for like a GLA mirror sort of thing.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Yeah, the rockets are less useful, especially against Battle Masters and things like that. They're just they kind of scale off, especially when you don't get a lot of infantry off. Yeah, and ECMs.
And then USA, I mean, like Avengers and stuff. Anyway, but that'll sum this one up. Until next time with Generals Gentlemen.
It has been a pleasure.
Bye bye.